So yeah, this is me and him talking.
Foxy Grampa in this winners finals, which means that we are going to be
I can't remember what we were talking about, but see, he's just... Yeah, we're just... I can't even remember what we're talking about, but you can see we're just having a laugh, man. He's just a really safe dude.
A lot. I don't think we've seen him play against it as much since he went to Kung Lao, however. Although we did see him play against Omega K.
So yeah, he's sticking with his homie Kung Lao.
Omega K was grand finals winner's side in that tournament due to an astounding.
And see, you come over. My man's come over again with Chronica's blessing.
Run it back after losing to Derpy in winner's side. He was able to run it back all the way through losers in top 8 and managed to get back to grand finals where he was able to win 6 straight against Omega K, who I believe ran 4 games as...
Yeah, so we're both doing Chronica's blessings now.
Back to Geras. So he has played it. But,
the only thing about it that made me laugh a little bit, and it sort of spurred me on as well for the next to do better next time, right? So Ketchup and Mustard before this match, I didn't hear them, but they actually said that they think grand finals is going to be hey, A F0xy Grampa. There he is. How's it going, my dude? Yeah, speak of the devil, man. He's just sitting there holding his rucksack, watching the stream like, haha. Yeah, I was just talking about how Ketchup and Mustard before this were like, yeah, grand finals is going to be Foxy versus Yo Video Games. Video Games Yo, sorry. Hey, Foxy. How's it going, my man? And listening to it back, I was like, I mean, they were right, because it was Foxy versus Video Games, but thinking back on it now, I'm like, man, that's really encouraged me to do better, because I want to be in that contention, you know. I want them to say like, oh, who's going to be in grand finals with Foxy? Is it going to be Sodium Gym or is it going to be Video Games? Instead of it just being them being like, yeah, it's going to be Video Games versus Foxy. So it's definitely like, it's definitely encouraged me, because now I'm like, all right, I want to be in that contention. I want to be spoken of in the same breath, you know, as a potential threat, rather than just being like, oh, well, he's in winners finals, but he's probably going to get smoked. I mean, I did get smoked, but yeah, it was this game now, and I was saying this afterwards, even though, spoiler alert, I get finished, this is one of the most fun games I've ever had playing Mortal Kombat, because it just showed me how much more I have to learn, and like getting to that there is that much more that I can play and get better, and because you get better fighting games by getting zipped. I say this to people all the time, and the people that don't want to play anymore after they get zipped, then they're just not fighting game people. Because every single time I've ever leveled up at a fighting game, it's because somebody's been much, much better than me, and they've just smoked me over and over and over again. Yeah, you just have to keep getting smoked, because, you know, you need to take that getting smoked as being as an encouragement. You can't get discouraged and give up. You know, if you get smoked and you're like, well, F it, I'm done, then, you know, that's it. That's the end of it. But if you get smoked, like I got smoked, and I was like, man, I just want to keep playing the guy. I just want to get smoked 100 times in a row, and just eventually I could feel, even in this set, you'll see as it goes on, I'm slowly learning. Like my teching starts to get better. You know, I'm starting to read the mix-ups a little bit better. But it's just how you learn. Yeah, dude, it's literally just how you learn. It's just by getting smoked, and just by getting smoked by the best. Like, you know, getting smoked by the best in the world doesn't help. And as I said, he was super happy to talk to me and teach me stuff. Yeah, I don't care about my win-loss ratio in Combat League, man. Somebody came into my chat and was like, oh, your record isn't great. I was like, yeah, but I don't care about the wins-losses. I care about learning. You know, I'd lose to Jackie 100 times if it meant that I beat her the next 200 times because I've learnt the matchup, you know? You just have to take every loss as a learning process. I mean, sometimes you lose and you just lose. Like, if you're losing to, you know, like a 150 ping Wi-Fi Scorpion, you can't react to any of his teleports, you're not going to learn anything. The only thing you'll learn is that the world needs more wired connections. So you shouldn't take that personally either, but you know, when you do lose to Foxy, or like when I lost to Video Games Yo, and they were both really happy to help me with the matchups, that is when you learn. But no, to answer your question, get nished, I won't be at Celtic Throwdown, unfortunately, because that's my girlfriend's brother's birthday. which I've already said I was going to go to a year ago, so I feel a bit dark if I was like, bye! Yeah, I wish I was going. So I'm just opening a window, by the way. I think they've stopped playing outside now, so it's getting really hot in here. Oh yeah. No, you won't, because he's not legal at Versus Fighting either, so you'll probably see it at Evo. Yeah, Foxy was saying some interesting things about Shang Tsung, so I would definitely keep an eye on Foxy's Shang going forward. I can't wait to see it, man. I'm so hyped. Because you know that he's going to play it in a way that's going to be completely different to how every other Shang plays as well, and just getting some craziness out of him. Just like squeezing that weird Foxy juice out, like with Kung Lao. That Foxy juice out of the character where you're just like, why is he playing Kung Lao? And then he smokes everyone. So, my man. But yeah, so this is the match. At this point, you can see my face is like, well, I'm going to try and do as best as I can. So,
against people like that, you know, like, for example, either of
I was like, maybe me, FGC Crazy Gamer, my man, thank you for the follow.
He kind of just has the download on you as a player.
So, I was like,
and for certain people, that's just a barrier that's really...
I've never played, obviously you played, because of Foxy, I've played a lot more Kung Laos recently, but they're not on his, they're not on his level, so I was like, right, I need to be ready. So here, this was, you'll see the first two time stops here I did because I was nervous. They were actually supposed to be sand traps, but I was so nervous my execution just went, even though I wasn't nervous, I was nervous at the start of the day, then I wasn't nervous all day, then I got a bit nervous here. So you'll see the first two time stops I do, they're catching my muscle, are like, oh, maybe he's trying to preemptively guess against a dive kick. I was like, no, that's just they gave me far too much credit. I was like, no, that's just pure nerves. So that was supposed to be a sand trap, and that was supposed to be a sand trap, but and that was supposed to be a sand trap. So I was like, ooh, but I was like, okay, I got the first throw. That's good. So basically, I'm waiting now. Yeah, this is it. The down 3 into the throws. So I just do. I mean, we'll see as it goes on. There, I expected the throw, and I got forward. It's so weird seeing it. I was saying this to Foxy yesterday. It's so weird seeing it, and then having to hold it it's just a completely different kettle of fish. Because it's easy to sit there and analyze it and be like, right, well, in this instance, he should have done this, or in this instance, so-and-so should have done that. But when you're actually in the moment and it's happening to you, and you make one mistake and you've just eaten a 450 damage corner combo or whatever, you're like, goo. So, I tried to down 4, thought he was going to throw again. I get hit by the 4-4. Went for the down. I thought there was going to be a grab, which is why I went for the down 2, but I think I just counter hit a high. He broke away. So this is my big mistake. So, yeah, I mean, it's so true. It's so true. The grab, not only is, yeah, it's just the pressure. And this is the thing as well, is that I was so focused on not getting mixed up that I forgot about my thing in my head where I was like, don't sand trap. All day I've been playing so well instead of doing sand traps at crazy... Sorry guys, I just need to close the window here. Looks like I've just got to sit in the heat. But yeah, all day I was like, right, try not to do dumb sand traps. And I did do, remember how I said there was 4 instances where I did dumb sand traps and I got caught out. I was so focused on not getting mixed up that I forgot about not sand trapping. And you'll see as the set goes on, Foxy's Reddit for it. Yeah, exactly. He was playing me, so he could see that how much I was sand trapping, and he jumped over. I think I hit him. Maybe didn't even hit him with 1, or maybe 1. So yeah, you'll see him dive kick me a million times because I keep going for the sand trap. So I haven't hit with 2 sand traps, and my anti-air game against Foxy and video games just vanished. I was doing really well all day. You know, down to, you saw how many times I down to T-Pod, you saw how many times I down to Mr. Viper. Just in these 2 sets, I was so focused on them that I stopped remembering what I should do. So, you know, I don't think I do a single anti-air there. And then I go for the grab and I get dive kicked. Just enough damage. Z-Hat just completely destroys my last breath. I caught the jump back. Forward 2. But I couldn't take any more chip in that instant. So in this case, I was like, okay, it's oppressive, but maybe I'll be able to deal with it. Maybe I just don't have to do dumb stuff. But you see, look, it's just so crazy how ready that these like top level players are for everything you do. Forward 2, and the funny thing is, not only is the dive kick savage, but interesting bit of Kung Lao tech. I think the crushing blows, if it happens twice in a row, because he hit me with it at the end of the last round to kill me, because it was the first hit in this round, the crushing blow mechanism kicked in. So now he starts off the round with the crushing blow. So that was sick. And it confused the crap out of me as well, to be honest with you. Another dive kick, another shitty sand trap that wasn't punished. But bad sand trap from me. And that, so I've taken, so this is what I'm used to doing to people. Yeah, this is what I'm used to doing to people. I'm used to making them make a mistake and then hit 2 crushing blows and then, you know, having the massive life lead. I'm not used to it happening to me. So in this instance, I was like, crap, I have a very steep mountain to climb. Escape failed, I took the wrong way. Z-Hat in my face. See, this is the thing as well, is that when you're playing against an online Kung Lao, I never let, okay. Alright, thanks, Getnish. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the requirements are, because I think that's the first time I've ever been hit by it. So I wasn't sure what the requirements are. But, yeah, so he's escape failed. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Z-Hat. Online, I react to Z-Hats 100% of the time, right? Okay. Thank you, Getnished. Yeah, online I react to Z-Hats. I never let people Z-Hat in my face. And even when I'm analysing Foxy's matches against other people, if you go back and watch the one against him and Tweedy, I say like, how can he let him Z-Hat in his face like that? And then when it happens to you, you're just so scared of the pressure that when he does Z-Hat in your face like that, you're like, oh, so that's what that feels like. I got lucky there with the down 2, because he down 2's me later on. 4-2-1. I tried to use down 4 as an option against the down 3, because I remembered that when that's the only time I hit him with a sand trap, by the way. I think Foxy does get the restand. I can't remember if Foxy got the restand against me or if he did it against somebody else, but yeah, it is super dodgy. Sometimes you can get a combo, sometimes you get reset, and sometimes it's like nope. But this is the first and only time I hit with the crushing blow sand trap. So I was like, oh, maybe I can come back. But see, this is my mistake, and I've said this like 5 or 6 times today. Foxy hasn't done a single invincible wake up, right? If he'd have done it there, he would have killed me. But there's been so many instances throughout the tournament where I take my foot off the gas. I did it against T-Pod, I did it against Mr. Viper, and I've done it again right now. I get the crushing blow, I've got the knockdown. Foxy hasn't done a single invincible wake up. But instead of me applying the pressure, what I do is I back off and I catch a dive kick to the side of the head. Look, I'm trying to do 4-2-2, even though he's like over there somewhere. So if I'd have done that on wake up, if I'd have committed to that on the wake up, I would have hit him out of the air. I probably wouldn't have got a counter hit, but at least I would have got 170 damage and a knockdown to continue the pressure. But in this instance, because I backed off and then I went for it, I gave him like 4 days to jump out of the way, dive kick, end of game 1.
I think that's why Foxy
So,
was expecting some sort of advance.
Yeah, I just...
Sodium Gym backed up on
I needed to be... I think in this instance, not just in this instance, but I think the strength of Geras is how you play him in an overwhelming way. By giving Foxy the distance to set the mix-ups up, Because instead of going for random sand traps, I should have been getting as close as I can and trying to swap turn, like go toe for toe, and you know, he takes his turn, I take my turn. But because I was so scared of getting down 3 or forward, I was just giving ground and giving ground and giving ground, and that's where the mix-ups start happening, is when you start allowing him to come forward. So, you know, get down 3. I thought he was going to throw me. I get forward. Yeah, forward 1-2, knock down into corner. Z-hat. I don't even know what I tried to do there, where I get hit by it. I thought he was going to back throw me. I thought he was going to back throw me again. And that's another thing as well. If you do get into the throw loops, again, it's just a 50-50. I just think it's Foxy, so he's going to back throw me. And I even said that to him. He was like, yeah, people do. You know, I think he's just going to back throw me the whole time. So now I've started taking back, and he started to forward throw me. So just top level mind games from a top player. That's another thing I need to do as well. So I've hit him out, and I've hit a few people out of the air with forward 3, but I don't confirm into back forward 2. So I don't get any extra damage. So if I'd hit confirmed these forward 3s into back forward 2s, I could have at least maybe forced a breakaway and got him to use his meter and then continue the pressure, but instead all I get is just a knockdown and you get straight back up. I thought he was going to throw me, he forward 4s, and just like that, end of round 3. And I'm getting smoked. I was just thinking like, man, what the heck do I do here? I have to eat the pressure again. I tried to down 1 there like an idiot after plus frames, which is why I got counter hit. 4-1-2, hard knockdown to Z-hat. This is the first time I was like, stop doing this to me! Z-hat! Ah! And it's only because he went for the cancel. So I finally managed to get him with the combo, but then I dropped the rest of the combo here, because that's supposed to be sand trap, but I just fluffed up the execute. I was more surprised that I hit with the up 2, and then I fluffed the combo, because that's supposed to be into sand trap. So he down 2s me there, but he misses the extension. And then here, he down 3s me, I block it. No, I get hit by it, and then I try and press a button. So that's something I've got to work on. Again, that I wasn't doing before this match, but because I was getting flustered, you know, I'm pressing buttons on my opponent's hit, so obviously I'm going to get counter hit. So, into the pressure, random sand trap again, 4-2-2. I actually blocked a 4-4 for a change. This bit, I was like, this guy, I haven't gone for, that's the first time I've gone for down 1 grab all game. Down 1 grab, he ducks me. I was just like, why would you duck there? I was like, come on, dude, how could you duck there? Of all the time, why? And then I was just like, because it's Foxy Grampa.
You know he's looking for the crouch, but it's Foxy now.
And then I got, I mean, it's not a tournament unless you get It Man.
I thought that was a drop. How silly of me. He could have turned that string into a spin and ended things there.
Yeah, video games Yo's is really good, man. He's a really clean, he's Kung Lao. He's a really clean Kung Lao. He's a really clean Shao Kahn, and he's a really top dude as well.
That should be like, of course, obviously. And it's off a throw.
See the crease in my forehead there? That was me trying to figure out like, what the hell do I do? Yeah, so that brutality is from Ip Man 1, where he's fighting the 10 Japanese dudes. And the last guy he fights, he gives him the chamber punch, and you see him just going, and he just does all the punches. So, yeah, he hit me with the Ip Man. To be honest with you, I think I would have been upset if he didn't do that to me. I've seen him do it to so many people. So this round, I was like, okay. But can you just see, like, what am I doing? So I get hit with a Z-hat. I'm trying to forward 2-1-2 him from so far away, bad, and then I try and do it again. I try to go for a whiff a grab from miles away, and this is where the crushing blow happens again. At this point, so I could have got a much bigger punish there. I finally managed to grab the guy. But why do I back off? I just don't understand why I do this against Yo video games too. I've just lost all initiative. Geras' gameplay should be played up close, and all of the success I've got throughout the whole tournament has been on knocking people down and getting them to make a mistake on their wake up. So I don't understand why I mean, I know why. It's because, you know, I'm playing Foxy, but I should have just kept on the pressure the whole time. Just keep doing stuff, keep going for stuff on wake up until he reverses me, you know? Why? All I'm doing now is backing off and giving him the opportunity to reset without any cost. He's not spent meter, he's not getting meated, so he's not potentially taking a counter hit. All I'm doing is stepping back. Look, what can I do from there? I'm not going to outrange him. From this distance, I can't. All I can do is sand trap. You know, he can dive kick me, he can forward 2 me, he can Z-hat me, he can teleport. You know, it's just silly. Watching it back, it's just silly of me. I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020, but it's just silly of me how much I'm letting off with the pressure. You know, I go for the jump in, doesn't get Andy yet, or 2-on-2, good blocks.
Another throw, escape failed. Escape failed.
And then I'm in the vortex again. I start taking a bit better. That's 2 sand traps I've actually managed to hit with. He ducked me again. That made me cry blood a little bit. And then see, that's the beauty of the Z-hat, isn't it? I finally get him with another up 2, but the Z-hat was already come back and hit me in the leg because I couldn't finish the combo. I mean, he probably would have broken anyway, but. And then, so here I was like, shit, maybe I can get him with a sand trap and try and get close to him, but my last breath is gone. So he was just waiting for me to whiff another sand trap and then, bonk, hat to the knee. So, Foxy Grampa with match point. I mean, it's gone how pretty much everyone expected it to at this point, but I was just like, man, firstly, I need to figure out, I need to be better at taking the throws. Yeah, see, it's the proper it man, isn't it? But also, I was like, I need to start applying my pressure again, like I have been all day, and stop, just, you know, taking my foot off the gas so much.
Expected result, but there's something so crazy effective about this mix.
So Z-hat again. Whoop! I thought it was going to grab me. That was like, ah! So, and then I tried to down one in, but I got forward 4.
That's the effectiveness of the whole thing. Out the fight now.
I didn't ever break either. I cancelled that. When he cancelled that in my face and grabbed me as well, I was like, oh man, alright. Fix up, dude. Jumped out of the corner.
Interesting time grab from Foxy.
But then I put myself back in the corner. I was like, oh man.
I don't know if it will do that.
Finally hit confirming my forward 2-1. I don't think he breaks it. Oh, he does break. I was going for the big combo.
I think that was a good decision.
Did I finally break? See, that's something I wasn't doing either. That's the first time I've broken, right? For some reason, I wasn't breaking at all, which is silly because I've only used Invincible Reversal twice, or 3 times. So, or up 3 rather, 3 times. So, I was just eating these 400 damage combos into setups every time. So I was like, why don't I just break? So I finally broke. Blocked the forward, down 1. Down 3. You see, I start to tech a lot better here as well. Another stupid sand trap. Managed to get the throw. I don't know why he stood up there, but.
Foxy was maybe expecting a lone forward 2 stagger.
So in this instance, so this is the first game I run, right? Yeah, so exactly. The meter was just sitting there, not being used in any capacity, which is silly because, you know, if I'm not going to use it to wake up, do like a wake up, then what's the point? And I'm not breaking away. So all of these rounds, I'm just taking the full damage from the combos, corner carry, blah, 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 whatever, into Z-hat setup, mix up, when I could be using it to break away, because the thing is, when you get to this level, when you're playing this level of opponent as well, you know that it's very rare that they're going to get hit by up 2 or up 3. So, or even if they do, it's not the end of the world for them, and usually they can just reset the situation and, you know, it'll be their turn again. So I don't use up 2. You see me use it, you know, I've used it twice against Foxy. 1 worked, 1 didn't work. And it was only on Z-hats to try and stop the pressure. Because the only reason it worked the first time was because he cancelled the Z-hat. And you see the second time he didn't cancel it and it hit me and took me out of my attack. But this instance, I was like, right, whatever he does. I spoke to him afterwards, he was like, you didn't need to fatal blow me here, it was your turn. And I was like, yeah, but I got the knockdown. I was like, whatever he does, he did forward 4 here. I was like, whatever he does, I'm fatal blowing, I don't give a shit. So, I don't care what he does. The funny thing is, if he'd have done down 3, it would have crushed it. But I was like, I was convinced he was going to do forward 4. I didn't even realize that he did he did his own fatal blow, but I thought he was going to do forward 4 into grab. So I was like, right, forward 4, did it straight away. Like I said, I didn't even realize he did fatal blow until afterwards when he told me. And I was like, oh shit, no, yeah, you did do fatal blow. But you can see in this game, let's just take the last sequence, the last few sequences. So here, I tech, so I'm getting better at teching, which is definitely important in the matchup. You see, I get the throw. In another instance, earlier on in the game, I would have taken a step back and tried to, you know, do a sand trap or something silly on the guy's wake up. But in this instance, I was like, right, I'm going to go for a 4-2-2. And, you know, he did stand up into it. But, you know, the first time that I stand over him and I try and get a mix-up going on his wake up, I actually hit I hit it. So I managed to take a round at least. It wasn't a complete wash. It wasn't 6 straight. But so I got around there. And then I think I pissed him off and he went Super Saiyan, but I can't even remember what happened this last round. Oh, I get another sand trap. The sand trapping from that far away isn't the end of the world, but again, you see so many instances where I go for these sand traps. Just why? What am I trying to do? I just need to stop sand trapping randomly like that from this far away against anybody, because especially against the Kung Lao that has a dive kick. But if they're 3/4 of the screen away, or they're trying to throw projectiles, or I think like one thing that I'm quite good at, even though I mess it up against your video games, is I'm good at reading the wake up and then reacting to the I'm good at reacting to the wake up with the sand trap and getting the counter crushing blow. But throwing it out in neutral like this is so silly, because you get, what am I going to get, 100 and whatever damage at the cost of what? Potentially getting dive kicked in the face again, or, you know, like against T-Pod, he just jumped and got clutching rogue, forward 4-4, and I lost the game. So it's just something I really need to be careful of. I actually managed to hit confirm 4-2-1 here. I think he breaks. Yeah, he breaks. Go for it again. I don't know what he pressed there. I could have got forward 1 into 1-3. I didn't think it was going to hit. Yeah, I thought he was going to throw me.
Yeah, Foxy definitely expecting a breakaway at some point.
So can you see how much better my teching is? And I didn't throw a sand trap there either. I was expecting myself to. No whiff punish on the forward 4.
Foxy tries to get crushing blow of his own.
See, he's just dive kicking over every sand trap. I mean, my teching is getting much better, but see, here I should have broken, but he dropped the combo anyway. Down 4 into sand trap. You can see me like slowly start to fight back. I'm doing less dumb stuff. I'm trying to be a bit more oppressive. There, I thought he was going to throw me. Z-hat's in my face again, and then, you know, that's the end of it. Look at this. Look at this Z-hat right. He's standing right next to me.
Now we're in flail bow territory.
If I'd have done wake up anything, I would have knocked him out of it. But look at my face. When I was 17, it was a very good year. Look, it's the same as Geras' face. Look at that little like lip. But yeah, I mean, obviously GG's big guy.
Yeah, well played all around.
Yeah, and I was just saying to him here, I was like, man, it's so much worse getting it in real life. And he's like, yeah, I know. There he goes. And he was like, yeah, there you go, I'll do it for you there. You can see, look, I'm even doing the same song, just a single tear. I forgot I did that. You can see it's the same reaction, just do 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 do. But no, GG's, man. That was really fun.